Hello and welcome. Happy Saturday. You're watching Done Deal.
She hit the button, guys.
I did. I hit the
Button.
button.
She hit the button. All right, let me get over to VapeStrong real fast. Okay, beautiful. Yes, when was the last time we did a deal? A few weeks ago, no?
Yeah, it's been a couple.
I blame Tiger. It's all her fault.
You can try it.
She took down Vape TV the other week, and we could go.
Yeah. That's so me. So my style.
It's been about 3 months. Yeah, no, it hasn't.
No, Big Bama, that's just what it feels like. It hasn't been no 3 months.
Oh my God! But it's
here
good to
we
be
go.
back. I love Done Deal. Love Done Deal.
I love deals. I love deals.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known that.
Yeah.
Just I wouldn't have known that.
Yeah. It's a, what's the word that I'm looking for? Occupational hazard.
Mm-hmm. I had an excellent. The show prior was absolutely wonderful. We're going to go with a few highlights of the FDA. Tiger is going to talk about the amazing vape mail she got.
I did. I got some amazing vape mail. And
we're
Joe, I don't
know. We're going to touch on a few things, and then of course we're going to get into our deals. Tiger has an excellent selection of deals set up for everybody.
Oh,
excellent.
Well, all right, if you want to start with vape mail, I got to start with one of the highlights. This was pretty special. Joe sent, and I'm so sad I haven't built it yet for you guys to see, but next week. It was just too busy after this arrived for me to get her done. But check out the Mythos. Isn't that gorgeous? Hybrid. Aluminum. So lightweight. 18650, and like I said, hybrid Jenny. Let me pop the cap off and show you what's under the hood. There we go. So it's ideal for a dual build, and a gorgeous. Is the camera going to do it justice? Oh yeah, look at how well it focused. A gorgeous sort of sparkly finish on that aluminum in gold, and I am just loving this puppy. I can't believe how light it is, and next week you'll see me vaping on that. And it must have been like hybrid time because, well, I've been kind of talking about hybrids, and he also sent, you gotta see this, this is gorgeous. I haven't even got a drip tip in it right now. But check out the Noble 2. Now, is that the cutest little hybrid ever? Check out the facets. That is a 14500 mod, okay? Now, to give you some idea of scale, here is a Pravari in 18650 mode, okay? Have I got those? Yeah, both in the camera. There we go. So it gives you some idea. Like, I know 14500s are small, but you know, you get a real appreciation when you see it like that. It's just too cute. So pretty exciting. Again, I'll be getting to that one this week. I need to find some O-rings that'll fit it. The tank is loose on it right now, but another little adorable Jenny hybrid,
Right.
and also aluminum. So just featherweight, nothing to it at all. Gorgeous, Noble 2, and now let's go from one extreme to the other. The Noble 2, as tiny and lightweight as it is. This monster showed up this week. Now, I apologize. It looks funny with this atomizer on it, but I don't have
Tiger, you have to stop.
I have to stop?
Yes, because Bam Bam Boob said something you didn't say.
Well, no, you're right. I didn't say welcome. I said you're watching. I'm trying to change it up, Bamboo, but if you miss it that much, just for you, Big Bamboo, welcome to Done Deal.
No. It's got to be welcome to Done Deal.
Welcome to Done Deal.
There you go.
All right. Are you happy now? All right. 26650 Stingray. It's a monster. Black with the copper etching. Gorgeous switch. Nemi style switch. I love that. I love the Nemi style switches. And all my 26650s were charging, so I cheated, and I've got an 18650 with the cheater sleeve in it right now. So don't tell anyone. But It looks a little funny with the Lotus on it. The Lotus is, of course, not really anywhere near 26 millimeter, but or 32 or whatever it is. But whatever. It does chuck vapor pretty good, so I'm not complaining.
It vapors. It vapors good.
It vapors good, Joe. It vapors good.
Excellent.
You like the hat, TVB? I like the hat too. My little ears hat. My toddler loves this, and I had him out for a walk before I was coming to hang out with you guys. So I left it for you guys to laugh at too. So that's pretty much the highlights, I think. It was a good week for vape mail. No bones about it. How about you, Joe?
Well, yesterday I went to Vapor Vortex, which is a really cool vape shop in my area. It counts as vape mail, I think. I got a Hades clone um, with two MMK 26650s. They gave me a break, $70 for those two batteries and the Hades clone. From a brick and mortar, don't forget.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a bunch of juice, which I'm not going to get into because I could be there forever talking about juice. And I got the same mechanical that Tiger showed, the Stingray 26650 mechanical. Absolutely beautiful. Got it off Tiny's Co-op. Very reasonable, $50, shipping included. And I picked up... let's see, did I get anything else as far as any hardware? No, I think that's it as far as my hardware this week.
Oh wow! I had a longer list than you. What a week!
Yeah, you got Mr. Big Bag.
Joe teases me because where I get mail delivery, there's actually two carriers that will come if necessary. There's the regular mail carrier in the morning. We'll carry letter mail and small packet. And then if it's a larger packet or a parcel, there's a guy that comes in the afternoon. So I lovingly refer to him as Mr. Big Package. So yes, Mr. Big Package came to see me this week. Oh, and there goes Joe. Bye, Joe.
Oh, sorry.
We missed you already.
I'm back.
Oh, good.
You know what? I'm wrong. I did get a tugboat.
Oh, have you tried it out?
The tugboat is built on it. The tugboat is. Hold on, I'll show you. I have all my Addy. The tugboat here, and I have it on an Addy seat. These little Addy seats. It hasn't been used, but it's built beautifully. I just haven't used it yet. Just waiting for it to use it. I haven't gotten to it yet. And,
Big Bam, that is not where I got my hat, but thank you. I'm glad you found them because I want another one. So thanks. I'm totally stealing your link. Awesome.
Tiger's going to start a blog about clothing.
I am leopard print. It'll all be leopard print.
I am all for it. So we did cover some stuff on the show. We did go over the FDA.
Well, hang on, Joe. You're getting ahead of me.
I don't want you to...
No, we got business to talk about first. There is something I told you I was going to bring up before you got to, oh my goodness, what am I doing here? Before we got to the FDA recap, and that is a certain blog reached 28 million hits this week. Do you know whose blog that might be, Joe?
No.
Okay, I'll tell you. It's the original Vaping Deals and Steals, VaporJoe's America. So congratulations.
I don't know what she's talking about.
Big Bam does. Everybody dance now.
Yes, it was weird. I was at Vape Bash and I hit 27 million. Then I got home, looked up, and I was at 28 million. I'm like, oh my god. So we had like 2 days off in like 8 days. It was really nice. But that was actually kind of cool. Tiger, how far are you away from your next big number?
You know what? I bet you Big Bam knows quicker than I do. I am nearing it. We are right around the corner. Yeah, we're about 10,000, or rather, we're at 5.9, 100,000 away. So another
This week, then.
yeah. Yeah, we'll hit 6 million. And that's kind of cool because VaporJoe Canada has been in operation now for nearly a year. I remember last year around this time, I made my first million hit graphic for you, and it was your 6 million hits. So in the last year, you've amassed, by the time I hit 6, you'll probably be pushing 28. So you'll have amassed 21,000, or no, bad math. 23 million. Okay, I can't add tonight. And VaporJoe Canada will have amassed their first 6. So it's been a good year.
And it's going to be
Yay for us.
a bit of an anniversary.
A bit of one, yeah.
A bit of one.
A bit of one.
A bit of one.
So, all right, now Joe's been champing at the bit, so let's move forward just a little bit. I know I can do this. There we go. Why are we so off kilter here? Let's see if we can fix that up for you guys. While Joe talks a little bit about it, you want to give us a little bit of a recap about what you guys talked about?
Well, we had Greg Conley on Mon Envy. Greg Conley is a former lawyer for CASA, and he runs a site called vaping.info. Let me put that. Let me just write it out. So there we go. Let's put that in the room. There we go. Vaping.info. And it's the American Vaping Association. He started that up with a bunch of big vendors, basically an advocacy group, people who want to hire lobbyists to excuse the word, penetrate the government and lobby for our cause. Now, he's so into this that I was literally and Tiger hated the fact that I said this, humping his Twitter leg the entire time the deeming legislation came out, because he was so in the know that he just whipped through it real fast. Because anytime you're reading, legalese stuff, it's like reading a Greek Bible. It's so like, oh my God, what am I reading? There's so many thine and is and subsections, and I just want to shove a pencil in my face, He just broke it down and just down to the brass tacks, so normal people, laymen like me, can understand it. And like I said, he's been around forever. Lucky to get him on. We had questions for him. He answered most of the questions we had for him. Basically, now for Canadians, what did Corey say, Tiger, about how Canada and...
Well, I think Corey did put it best. There's been a lot of Canadians, asking us, well, this is, the FDA just controls America, right? And it's like, yeah, but guess what Canada tends to do? Right now, Health Canada, for example, has said they're not prepared to do anything at this moment. They're sitting back, watching what's happening in other jurisdictions. Translation, they're waiting for America to write their regulations and legislation so we can take them verbatim, translate them into French, and file them in both languages and call it our own. So, you best believe we're watching what's going on with you guys with a very, very critical eye.
Now, what my take on this, and I didn't have time to talk about it on Mon Envy because there was just so much information going around. We had a ton of giveaways to do. I don't even know if I got through them all. Was I think their arrogance and ignorance is going to actually work against them in this particular situation. I think they're trying to say that this DNA 30, when I push a button it takes a battery, is tobacco. And in my opinion, that's so stupid, because we all know what tobacco is, okay? As tobacco smokers, we didn't take pride in the fact we smoked. We didn't go off and find people to turn them into smokers. We didn't, we went outside with the rest of the lepers and smoked cigarettes, because we're hiding our heads in shame. As vapors, we're proud. We enjoy the fact that we vape. We enjoy saving people's lives. We enjoy bringing people into vaping. And to try to regulate an electronic device or juice as tobacco is going to fail, because tobacco has to be given to us by a company that cultivates tobacco. They have to cure it and pack it and put it in the little tubes and put it in with the filters, packs, and send it to stores, and we have to buy it. We can make our own juice. We can make our own mods if we chose to. We only need batteries, wick, and wire to make our own PVs. If we all had tobacco farms in our backyard, it would be a hell of a lot harder to regulate tobacco. You know what I mean? So we could just go to the drugstore, buy some VG, get some flavoring, and we have our own zero-nic juice right off the bat. You know what I mean? At least to cover our oral fixation for the habit.
Mm-hmm.
So I find it extremely unlikely that they're going to be able to enforce the regulation. They can say it's tobacco. They can call it that. They can send a certificate to Washington and say it's tobacco. But in the end...
Now, Elgrams has an interesting comment talking about testing juice on the market from now and not from 2009. 2009, Elgrams? We wish. The date they've arbitrarily chosen that everything that hit the market from that point forward has to be approved is February 15th, 2007. Now you tell me what was on the market in America before 2007. That's right, not freaking much.
Right.
So,
and somebody said, what's the feasibility of growing one's own tobacco? That's my point. Nobody would do it, and that's why it was easily regulated. I can go to the store and buy VG and some Watkins flavoring and blow some serious, serious clouds. And they can't regulate that. And tobacco is tobacco. Cigarettes are cigarettes. You can't hide a cigarette. It looks and smells and tastes like a cigarette. This bottle of juice right here, look at this bottle of juice. That bottle of juice right there could be nail polish, could be personal lubricant, could be flavoring, could be motor oil, could be anything. Okay? This mod right here could be a flashlight, could be a tube for a machine, could be something for a car. That's my point. It could be anything. So I find it extremely hard for them to try to regulate this. And TextGirl3EB, thank you. It was, you know what, I the moment he started talking, I'm like, you have to be on Mod Envy, blah, blah, blah. And he was so busy. That poor guy has probably got so much goddamn email and phone calls, and to give up his time like that was, it was great.
well, viscosity vapage, that topic did come up during Mod Envy, and the problem is getting the unflavored nicotine. We have no way of knowing if that'll be approved for retail sales. So, now, having said all this, yes, it's serious. Yes, we definitely need to get involved and contest the points and answer the questions and so forth. But there's no need to move forward in an unorganized panic. We have 2 years. Let's organize. One of the things Greg said is let's not just go off making comments, writing letters, like, shooting from the hip. Let's make an organized stand. Am I right, Joe? Kassa is formulating a place where all the questions can be answered in an orderly fashion.
Well, you have two places. You have SAFTA, which is for vendors.
Okay.
SAFTA is going to be the first line of defense in terms of lawsuits. They're ready to sue right now. See, that's the whole point of this. We want to delay. 2 years from the moment of implementation. So if we can delay the implementation through lawsuits, as soon as the lawsuit hits, there's an injunction put on immediately. So they can't implement anything.
Yeah.
So as long as we delay that, as farther we delay it, boom, then you got 2 years. So that's the good part. We want to delay. Now, he said anywhere between 2.5 to 7 years this could take. Now, God damn, 7 years, that would be amazing.
Well, 7 years would be very empowering because that's 7 years more established that the industry will be, and 7 years more of new vapors.
Exactly.
So.
And if and before we, because we can't stay on this all night.
Yeah.
But I want to say if you have a new juice line coming out, develop it and do it. If you have a new mod coming out, put it to market. If you want to open a brick and mortar, do it. Because the most important thing we need to do as vapors is to get more vapors.
To be a presence.
Right. And what we can do in 2 years, all right, look what we did from 2 years ago to now. I mean, vaping has gone through the freaking roof.
I've only been vaping a year and a little over a half, Joe, and it's amazing what's happened in 19-ish months, you know? So absolutely, I couldn't agree with you more.
So do what you do. Get out there, get your vapors, convert your vapors, open your brick and mortars, start your juice line, send out your mod, start your website, start your blog, do what you got to do to convert people, because the more people that are on our side are not on their side.
Right.
And get your booty over to Vaping Underground. It's going to be open soon. I have a new trailer coming. It's going to be pretty badass. Should be either released tonight or tomorrow, putting the final touches on it. Vaping Underground will be a safe haven. It's not just going to be a place for just a forum. It's also going to be a place for vapors to be able to go in safety and talk. I was talking to a bunch of people, and we've decided to host Vaping Underground offshore. We're going to have vape-friendly country, far away from the the hands of the FDA and the American government and the EU and Canada, and everybody can go over there and just do what they want when they want. Now somebody says, when does the Underground go live? It's going to be going live soon. We're putting the finishing touches on it. It's got to be done right. We don't want to do this sloppy. We said 45 to 60 days, about 25, 30 days ago. So between 15 and 25 days, I'd like to get it over. But
now, Silky Vapor has an excellent question I'd like you to address, Joe, and that is, where should people be donating? Where should we be putting our resources to fight this cause? Did you want to comment?
I find it weird for everybody to, everybody wants to go in their pockets and give money to something. You know what I say? You know where you give your money? Give them to your local vendors. Give it to the people who sell juice. Give it to the people who selling mods. Give it to your vendors. You can donate to CASA. You can donate to SAFTA. You can donate to who you want to donate to. But honestly, you know who needs your money the most are the people, the merchants, the people who are providing us the service so we can vape. Don't be afraid to spend your money with the merchant. But I mean, if you have to, you got to feel important and send out the money to the cause. You have SAFTA, you have CASA, you have the Vaping Militia. I'm sure you have organizations in Canada. I'm not aware of them.
And what's Greg's organization? Are they looking for funding or not at this point?
I'm not sure if the American Vaping Association takes donations. I'm not seeing it on his website. Oh wait, they do. They do take donations on the model. Okay. Basically, it's like Nick Wood, Smokeless Image, Alt Smoke, big guys. They all come together and they've formed this association to hire lobbyists, which are extremely important in the American government. I don't know if you guys have lobbyists in Canada, but if you want to donate to him, he's a great cause to donate to. Again, CASA, Vaping Militia, National Vapors Club is a good place to go to, and SAFTA. If you are a merchant, a vendor, donate to SAFTA. Regular people, there's no reason to. They only deal with merchants.
Alrighty. Well, then let's move along. There was some other news that popped this week, and we should talk a little bit about that. And I should get the right graphic. Wow. Let's see if I can do that for you guys. And not so much. The DNA 20 out of China versus the Evolve chip. We put them side by side. Joe, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Now, are we talking about, are you doing the deal, or are you just talking about the Evolve chip?
Just talking about the chip. There was no deal. It was just a news item.
Right. Because Big Bam Boom actually linked to the DNA 20 box model.
Oh, okay.
Well, Tiger scooped a picture of the actual DNA 20, well, the DNA 30 and the China DNA 30. Now, let me go find that link real fast, because I want to make sure we get it up here.
There we go. That's what I want to show you guys.
All right, she's got it up there, so you don't really need to look. Um, Now, if you look close, the China DNA 20, if you look at the two big chips on it, they're actually scratched. Somebody sandpapered the top of those chips, so you can't see what the manufacturer of the main chips are.
Now, why would they do that? What is there to hide?
Well, apparently, from what we found out from a little birdie, can't say who, of course, Evolve is completely involved in this chip. It is called the EXP chip. The China chip that's being used in the China HANA clones are actually a developed chip by Evolve called the EXP chip. This chip is only for China manufacturers. You cannot buy. I mean, I'm sure they'll sell them to people, but you can't go to a website and just buy this chip. You could probably buy it if you went to China and said this 9020, and then they'll send it to you. But they are a cheaper, less expensive version of the DNA 30. From what I'm understanding, they don't have all the bells and whistles of the DNA 30. But they were, in fact, I was told, so I don't say that, I know this for a fact. I was told that that these are, in fact, designed by Evolve for China. That's that. Now, from this chip, there are going to be a lot of new things coming. We have a Tesla DNA 30 coming. We have Inokin is coming out with DNA 30. Futun, no, not Futun. Yulong bought 15,000 of these chips, so they're going to be working on it. Price on these chips in bulk, $15. $15. Now, I'm sure you have to buy 100 of them to get them for $15, but in bulk, you're looking at $15. Now, that's nice, that's wonderful, but there's a better chip out there, and that is called the SX350 chip from e-cig. They're pushing up to 35 watts now, and the next set of chips that are coming out will go even higher, and they're firmware upgradable through Bluetooth. So technically speaking, the DNA 30s even now are behind the times. China's leading the way on DNA wattage technology. So I've seen some box mods. This guy's coming out with a box mod, 26650, with this 35 watt chip. Unbelievable looking stuff.
So it's going to be a lot of new stuff in the next few months.
Damn straight. Damn skippy. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the DNA 30. I got fucking 10 of these things. I love them. But in terms of raw power, so it looks like China's going to start beating them out.
Well, Elf, it really totally depends on your vaping style. For an average vapor, you'll probably never get near 30. But there are vapors who want to be able to, run more aggressive builds and so forth. Like, for example, my co-host on Friday nights likes a really hot build. He uses a lot of 26650, some of them stacked configurations, and he's typically vaping in the 70 watt range. No kidding. So, it totally depends on your vaping style.
Right. And somebody wanted to know the name of that mod. Yeah, I got it right here. This guy right here. I'm gonna put it in the room real fast. It's a pre-order. This is a $250 mod. For the 26650 DNA 35 watt.
And you're saying that's got to be really, really hot to inhale. Well, it's all about airflow. When you've got, air, holes that are, you can practically stick your pinky in. Yeah, not so much. It just means that it heats up right now and produces a lot of vapor. So.
Right.
So, all right. Well, we covered vape mail. We covered news. Do you want to dive right into deals, Joe? Do you have anything else you want to touch on?
33 minutes in, I think we should dive into some deals. So
Okay.
why don't you lead the way?
Let's do it. Well, Big Bam already had a link because I teased you with the picture. Let's go to some of the big news this week. And let me resize this so it actually fits on the screen. There we go. This popped this week. And there are vendors that are getting similar. How do I say? I'm trying to dance around it. Let's just say they'll be completely logoless, and
Right.
we're a big fan of that. This particular one it is not logoless, and but available at $52. Now this particular one they're shipping without the battery in it. It requires an 18650 battery, but because it ships without it, it's going to ship a lot more streamlined because they can use regular shipping
All right.
methods and not the ones that have to be approved to carry batteries, blah blah blah. But they also brought out the mini version
Right.
that
And they're
has the
calling it a
battery in
mini,
it.
but it's really not that much mini.
It's a little bit smaller. It's got the built-in battery, and it comes with the case and the cable that you need to charge. So there's a couple options already out there.
Right.
And
Now, if you're looking into a mod like this, and remember this is the 20-watt version, DNA 20 version. Now, I'll be honest with you, I own 2 DNA 30s and I own 7 DNA 20s. The only time I go past 20 watts is if I put in a low sub-ohm or dual coil build, and even then I'm probably going to run it on my neck. But either way, 20 watts is plenty. It functions wonderfully. Now, nobody knows exactly how these box mods are. I've seen the internals on them. I've seen the cutouts, how it's shaped. I've seen the buttons, but nobody quite knows what it's like when you kind of have it in your hand touching it. I don't know of any reviews yet. If somebody knows of a review of one of these, please put it in the room because I will totally put that up on my blog and let everybody know about it. But if you were looking for that DNA experience in a form factor like this, and quite frankly, I love this form factor. This is my favorite form factor. It is solid billet aluminum. It's got the low profile buttons. It's got the nice drip well. It's going to let your K-Fun or your tank fit flush to the bottom because it's got that nice recessed drip well in there. I can't see anybody going wrong with buying this for $52. However, the wait time is long on this, and the reason for that is all the vendors are waiting for it. It's a 15-day wait. But for $52, cheaper than anywhere going, I think it's a wise investment if you want to try it. And that's pretty. I mean, if you wanted a box mod like this, we're going to call this. I call these 30 watts in an aluminum box. That's it. These are only 20s, but same premise. You really can't go wrong with this. And if you wanted to try it and have a how can I say this, channel-like experience, there's no reason why you shouldn't pick one up.
well, Big Bam is totally asking leading questions, so let me answer that question. Want to know what would look good on there? Well, I'll tell you. I'm going to drop the link in the room and show you the picture. I think this would look pretty killer on there. And at this price, it's lower by a chunk than we've seen it anywhere else. The Squape. Now, this vendor did get a run of these in once already, and there was problems. When they started showing up for the customers, there was a dead short built in them. The base wasn't completely properly built. It did have a dead short. The vendor made good. They sent new bases to everyone. When the comments started rolling in, people were thrilled with the replacement and the way the atomizer was working. This
Right.
is round 2. They've worked with the manufacturer to make sure that problem has not carried through into the second round. As a matter of fact, I was talking to my liaison there today, and she assured me that they've worked that out with their manufacturer, and beyond that, they will be testing personally everyone that goes out to make sure it doesn't have that short. So buy with confidence and under $15. Great deal.
Right. Now, the Squape looks great on there. I also think the other thing that you put up, the Black K Fun
Yes, and
would look
that's next up actually, Joe. Oh man, everybody's just leading right into the next thing tonight. This is just like clockwork. Here we go. Here's another awesome option for. Oh, Big Bam, you're on it. Um, the Black K Fun that came out this week. Beautiful. Again, under 15 bucks, and that's another one that would look deadly on there.
Yeah, and they've had a couple Black K Funs out. This is my favorite one by far because it's got the nice logo, off color, black and white. It just looks beautiful. It's PVD. Sahel, he texted me the other day, Tiger on Skype. He's like, "Where can I get a Black K Fun? Everybody has out of stock or not in stock." And the day he asked that, the following morning, you broke the Black K Fun.
Well, and I see John Q. Public doesn't want Chinese paint on his deck. I understand. Now, let's be clear. This is not paint. This is PVD. This finish is PVD. It stands for particle vapor deposition. It's the same kind of finish that you're finding on like high-end guns and things like that.
Yep.
It's very, very durable. A lovely finish. Feels great too. I got the Enzonic. There we go. And this is the PVD finish. It's not like the rubbery feel of the old Egos. It's not like that, but it's got a grippiness to it. It feels great in your hand, and it's a beautiful, really durable finish. Now, if you're still, unsure about that inside, like the chimney on this does have that finish, they brought out another one. And to be fair, I haven't even run it yet. I'm going to do that this week. Let me see if I'm just going to grab you a raw link to that one because I didn't even write that one yet. Let's see here. Here we go. This is the one I'm. Nope. No, it isn't. That is not the one I'm looking for.
I know I'm going completely off the cuff here for a second, but I just noticed something. I was trolling around looking for deals for real quick, and I noticed a meme of Tiny that says, "Turned down a real Nemi, very upset." I'm taking it that Tiny won the real Nemesis last tonight and had to turn it down being a host.
I think what I saw in our chat at the beginning was that someone had said it had been piffed to her, and she is now turning it down, I'm gathering.
Oh, okay. All right, so somebody piffed it to her. Okay. Well, either way, that's very, very noble of her.
Okay, here is another one that came out just after I ran that Black K Fun. This one has the chimney, and the inside piece is not coated in the PVD. Now there is a little bit of PVD still on the base, but it's another option for you. So there you go.
This one just came out too, right?
Yeah, all in the last couple of days.
Yeah, it seems that everything's back in black. It seems.
Yeah.
You got Kings and Chi-Yus and K-Funs and Hades and everything's just coming out in this black PVD, which I'm all for because the only black mods I saw in the past were painted or anodized. I'm glad to see that. Q ATDC, please. But everything's back in black, and it looks great, and I'm happy for it.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially that PVD finish, such a great finish. And so you're thinking of that, but you don't want to put a regular atomizer on it. You want to put a dripper on it. Well, you know what? My pictures are just so out of sync tonight. There we go. That's the one I'm looking for. Try it. How do you say this, Joe? Is it the Tobe? Is it just really that simple?
Tobe.
I want that to stand for something. If it doesn't, I'm going to make it up because that's such an awkward, strange little word to me. But this atomizer features the heat sinks at the top. The theory is they're supposed to help dissipate some of the heat, keep it away from your lips and your drip tip. So, an interesting idea for sure. It comes with the drip tip. And kind of a neat idea that the cap is a two-piece, so you can kind of open up that top without If you're like me and you like to get in there sometimes, but you don't want to have to open the whole thing and have it drippy, you can just take the top off. I thought that was kind of cool.
I'm loving that language.
Oh,
Now, I'm looking at the bottom, the firing pin on the bottom. I'm sorry, the 510 connector on the bottom. Is that copper?
it is copper. So as we know, copper has some of the best continuity out there next to silver, really only. So you're getting an excellent connection there.
Now, while you're on the subject of the taupe, I just want to throw this in the room because it's a. I bought one of these. They're a little bit more expensive. Where are you? Here we go. Copy location. Those who are into the taupe but are looking for a copper or brass finish. I have a link here. This is an eBay link. This is, like I said, far more expensive, almost double the price. But this is the only place I could find them at this price. And I bought, I think it came after shipping, came to me like $29 for the all copper version. So if you were looking for something like that, but if you want just the regular stainless steel taupe, standard design, standard finish, absolutely best deal going is Tiger is $10.25 at Fast Type.
You betcha.
And needless to say, I bought a few. Here's
For
something we
for
did.
the Apocalypse box, Joe?
No. I rebuild now. I don't hear it.
Oh, you rebuild or you have people rebuild for you?
I'm almost there. I changed the wick.
Oh, and there goes my screen. I'm going to turn red here not because I'm blushing. I have one of those screen things that turns your screen down in the evening so you don't get tired eyes, but there we go. We're back to normal.
Now, there was something we missed in the beginning that I wanted to bring up. The ZNA clone scare.
Talk to us about ZNA clones, Joe.
There was a scare, I'm going to put it in the room, that the ZNA was cloned. It was a big deal. I mean, everybody was talking about it. There were actually some scammers out there trying to sell it. Turns out the ZNA was never cloned. It turns out, from what I understand, the ZNA, what the Chinese did was go in, write DNA in the Google search, got a ZNA, used that picture to sell their box mods, not realizing they screwed up, and was selling and was using a completely different wrong picture. And it turned out this was nothing more than something that was lost in translation. But during this day, it was a fever pitch. Merchants were calling. Zen was going crazy. There was insanity in the groups. Everybody's like, oh my God. And it turns out it was just a big false alarm. So I just wanted to throw that out there. And that's the ZNA scare.
Yeah, someone's asking how hard really would it be to clone? Hard because of the unique shape. You're not talking about just something easily milled. Not impossible. Nothing's impossible. But the issue is, can they do it at a price point and fast enough and in mass enough to make it worth their while? And
yeah, Zen did it in a way that it's going to make it hard to clone. They could probably clone the outer shell, but from what I was told, there's 5 distinct methods on how to that you need to do to make this device, and it's very time consuming, extremely time consuming. That's why it's expensive. And they use stainless steel. Now, if they were to do it out of aluminum, they may be able to do it easier and quicker, but I still don't know if it's worth it. I mean, if they could just pump out these DNA 30 box mods, and China, they're just going to come out with ones with flowers and skulls, and I mean, they're all about variety. You're going to see them in Hello Kitty and everything. Why make the big jump to the ZNA and make it so cost ineffective? It would be stupid. For them, it's so much easier to just make a box. So I don't see the ZNA getting cloned anytime soon. So what else you got for us, Tiger?
well, let's just see here. Next up, another mod, and I'm not sure if you told me you have one of these, Joe, or not. I know I don't yet, but they are a great looking mod. Let me put it in the room for you. The Panzer became available this week in both the stainless steel and the black finish as well. Uh, the black's just a couple dollars more, a few dollars more.
Right.
But nice detailing on that. I love the rough sort of blasted out on the top cap and nice detailing.
No, I don't have one of these. I do. I did touch one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did touch one.
Did it feel good, Joe?
Yes, it felt very good. And again, back in black with the black PVD.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm a big fan of that PVD finish. And I got to use one in I think it was a Big Fest DC. They're really nice mods, and for the price, I mean, come on, really. Um, I really couldn't tell the difference between the real and the replicas. So then again, I'm not somebody who's used my Panzer very often, but I just kind of went side by side, kind of like this, and felt it and touched it and caressed it, and it I couldn't tell the difference. I love my choice of descriptive words, don't you?
All right. Well, we're already talking about mods, so let's talk about another one. And this one you can tell us a little bit about, maybe not about the copper, but certainly about the mod in general. And this is the This is not the copper Hades. This is the
Oh,
taupe again. Me and my pictures. There we go. Copper Hades. Uh, just under $40, and that'll ship from the USA.
right. Now
Full copper.
that's a honking piece of copper right there. I mean, let me give you an example. Now I have a full copper 26650, and I have a copper. I mean, a Hades. So let me show you both for a second.
And of course, you know, once again, copper being so high for continuity, that's going to be a hard hitting mod.
Right, now this is a full copper 26650. This is called the copper. And I paid $180 for this, and it's well worth it. It's a beautiful mod. This is a Hades replica. If I put them up to each other, they're exactly the same size. I have to tell you that if this comes in full copper, it's going to be a beast. It's going to weigh twice the weight. And as it stands, I just have them mixed here.
Now, how's the button on the Hades, Joe?
It's a little... You hear that?
The click?
That rub? It's a little... I want to use the word crunchy, but that's because it's using the spring. I haven't upgraded it to the magnets yet.
Oh.
But it does come with a bag inside with screwdriver magnets. Not screwdriver. I'm sorry, magnets and an extra spring. But overall, it's a great experience. It's not too bad. When I went in and adjusted the button, made it so it has a much shorter throw. I mean, you can hear the little kind of crunchiness. Now, if I do this one here, you can barely hear it. But this is 160. This is, $39 or whatever. So you're going to get that much more of a quality finish. However, I don't know, for $39, that full copper Hades is just gorgeous. Now, you can't get a real, legit copper Hades. They don't exist.
Mm-hmm.
So, technically speaking, this isn't a clone. Just technically, am I wrong on that?
Well, yeah. Where do you draw the line on that one? It's a.
I mean, the copper's Hades real one doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
So technically,
So they took an idea and ran a few steps further with it.
right. What do you guys say out there? Is it a clone? We got one person.
Yeah, one says no.
Yeah, and they still haven't released a legit copper Nemi yet either. So technically speaking, these are legit.
Oh, we have one for not clone, one for clone, and one says it's an upgrade. The
Well, I can send
design
you.
is cloned. Janet, I think you nailed it. Oh, sorry, just ripping on the mic there. I think you nailed it. The design is cloned, but
Somebody says an upgrade. Well, technically speaking, mine. This is an upgrade to this. Is this? Just about the same form factor, just a few little cuts here, a button there, and so.
and one vote for squirrel.
But yeah, if you're looking for a full copper device, and trust me, you want a full copper device. I didn't believe when people were like, "Oh, copper voltage loss." I'm sitting there and I'm like, "Shut up, really? Just you and your snobbery." And then I got one, and I'm like, "Oh, no, you're right." So I stand corrected on that. It really does matter.
And we have one request to see a snapshot of your mod collection.
They're everywhere. I mean, it's rough. Right now, I couldn't. They're just everywhere. I fall over mods. There's like a mod in the bathroom I forgot about 2 days ago. It's bad.
Joe, were you pooping? Don't answer that.
No.
Just
I'm
no,
shaving.
don't
I
answer
put it
that.
down.
All right.
How many mods do I have? I have about 120. I have a lot. I have like 5 mod stands. But what I use, probably 20. But I keep every mod I've ever had. I mean, I have my first mod I ever bought, which was the Bombshell, standard 18650 device. I have both my black lava tubes, if you guys remember those from back in the day. I mean, I have every mod I've ever bought. I've given a few away, but most of them I still have.
They say you need a mod butler to end your mods.
Oh, you're gonna be my mod butler, but
oh,
you
you think so? Oh, we'll see about that.
It's an addiction,
I'll
guys.
build for you. I don't know if I can build like Nitro, but I can keep you vaping. All right, let's totally switch gears.
Everybody's asking, it is an addiction. Like, I just bought this Hades yesterday. I have no need for a Hades. I don't have a need for another mod ever. But I bought one. It's just how it is. And I'm on the pre-order list for that 26650 35 watt mod too. So it's just bad. I need to go to AA for mod.
Yeah, Elf Straight, you can be my mod butler. Cheers.
Oh, so babe, do you have another deal?
Well, I do. I just put up. I'm in love with this one. I like simple steel drip tips. I really do. I'm moving more and more. Like I had some of the crazy ones, the long, bright colored aluminum stilettos, all that stuff. I love it. But more and more, I find what I'm reaching for are the plain, simple, understated, classic little steel cylinders. And when I saw this one, I just fell in love. Yeah, needless to say, they're already ordered. It's got that band in the middle that almost looks patinaed. It's got that texture to it. And now I think it is smooth, but that visual texture to it that looks like a patina. And of course, I follow patina mods on Facebook, see all the gorgeous things people are doing and the creative colors and patterns they're coming up with. And immediately I thought, oh my gosh, this is the perfect complement to your patina mod, or,
Right.
Any mod really. But yeah, and for less than $2. And now they brought them out in the 5-pack. If you follow my link here and just use the drop-down box by model, you will see the 5-pack as well, even cheaper. So
Now,
give a couple to friends.
Did you notice they're double O-ring?
Yes. Thank you for reminding me, Joe. And that makes them so nice. No wobble. When they've got the double O-ring, they fit so well and no wobble.
Yeah.
So
very rare
really,
to see on
really.
a Chinese drip tip. Very rare. Yeah, I'm with you on this. I've, a year ago, it was all about length and stiletto and give me a drip tip as long as my foot. Now,
And you got big feet.
I like short and stubby. I like these little guys here, and I've noticed it does affect the vape. Now, some people are like, no, it doesn't. Yes, it does. It allows you to draw the, when you're vaping with a big old wide air hole and you have a thin drip tip, or as Zen would call it, a mouthpiece, you're not going to get as much up into your face. If you have a big old wide bore drip tip, it will allow you to suck more heavier vapor into your face. And I just find it to be that way. Is this a placebo effect? I don't know. But I mean, Tiger, do you notice this?
I noticed there is a big difference. I've been doing a little bit of messing with that, Joe, between like this particular one, as you can see, is one of the wide bore. Now it does narrow down for the 510 connection there, but it's got that wide bore. Then very similar to another one of my favorites, that really wide bore with narrowing down for the 510. Let me see. Where are you? Where are you? Gee, really good question. Where is it? Oh, well, here's another one. The slanted, the muffler style. Now that one narrows down as well, but it's an open. And oh, here we go. And let me just give this one a quick little clean up for the camera.
Get your schmutz off it.
Well, you know, lip gloss just has a way of getting places. This one is just the oh, Joe. This one is narrower, just like your 510 right away. Depending what you have it on and what you're vaping, it changes flavor. There is no question in my mind. Absolutely, there is a difference. And I'm not saying one's better than the other. It totally depends what I'm putting it on and what I'm vaping. And so you mess around until you find your favorites. But definitely, I would strongly suggest to anyone have a variety of stuff and try changing it up, because the drip tip makes a difference, no question.
Right. And while we're on the subject of drip tips, these are my absolute favorites. I've been buying these by the boatload. I actually have one here on my Quasar. And this, for some reason, this particular drip tip fits everything beautifully. It's called the Pharaoh. Put a link in the room. This one is a knockoff of the Pharaoh drip tip vicious, and it has that little symbol on there. I don't know what that, it looks like an S. Now, if you look at the picture, you could be fooled. And on the side, it may look like there's a seam there. It's not. It's just a trick of light. It's a full solid drip tip. It kind of gets short, and then it widens out at the bottom. When it hits your dripper or whatever, it makes such a complete look because of that flat, wide bottom. It makes it look like it fits any dripper perfectly. And for $6.56, I mean, really, it is beyond cheap. I put in the post that I've seen brick and mortar selling these for $10 each. It's no joke. And they sell them all day long. They buy them 200, 300 at a time. And these are really, really great drip tips. Really great drip tips. So if you're into simple drip tips, Tiger's patina accented ones or the Pharaoh ones, you can go over to Fast Tech, and you can. I think they have the best selection of drip tips known to mankind.
Oh, huge selection. Pretty much anything you want, from the wild, bright aluminums to some of the crazy soft silicone to anything in steel you can imagine, acrylic you can imagine. Yeah, the swivels, you name it, you'll find it there. You want the ones where you put the head of the snake in your mouth, you can do that too. Well, it was never my thing, but hey, to each their own, And Big Bam did touch on something I wasn't really prepared to talk about, but you know what, it is really cool. So I'm just gonna throw it in there, and he's right. We were talking so much about things that have gotten a little touch of class in black. Let me see what I can do about getting you a picture. The fogger. You guys know I love my foggers. They are like near and dear to my heart. Not everybody's as big a fan, but I just love these atomizers. I would be vaping one tonight if it wasn't that I emptied it and I didn't have time to fill it before the show. So the Fogger V4 came out in black as well. Now that wasn't this week, but we did miss last week, so I didn't get to show this to you. It came out in the email, but
Right.
Looks beautiful. And yes, I've got one on the way.
And don't forget, this V4 it has 4 channels, right?
That's right.
So,
They've doubled the juice flow. It used to be 2 channels, one on each side. Now there's 4. And with the 2 air holes, it is ideally suited to a dual coil configuration if you want to build it that way. Now, there's no reason you can't still build a single, by all means, but for those of you who want to, double that up, it's totally built to handle it.
Now I have a question for you, and this is a newbie question, Tiger. I'm looking at 4 channels, right?
Mm-hmm.
The juice is going to just be dumped on top of those other channels with no wicking there. Won't it just kind of ooze out those channels?
No, what happens is the chimney goes. You're here. Let me take my mouse pointer and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. This part is, of course, where you build your coils. That hole and that hole are your air intakes, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what happens is you see the threading there. Your chimney goes over all that and protects it from the juice. The juice comes in these little channels underneath and up these 4 holes around the side. So it does, and then you of course have your wicking sort of meeting there, and everybody builds them different. Some people run the wicking right down that. You have to be careful, not too much then, or you're like choking it off. Some people build it so that the wick just touches at the top there to drink up that juice coming up those channels.
Okay.
So, everybody's kind of got their own system, but it does not flood when they're built right. I've had no problem with my foggers. Now, of course, I haven't had this version yet, so I'm really anxious to try it out. But in theory, I think this could be a win.
Okay. Thank you for answering my question.
Hey, my pleasure. I love building questions that I can handle. I'm not the world's best builder. That's, for certain. But, generally speaking, I can make them work. So, what else? What else have we got for you? Let me see. Let's switch gears a little bit. We've been talking an awful lot about rebuildables and mechanicals and stuff like that. But what about for folks that, just wanna vape? We've got something for you too. These came out this week. I'm kind of excited about them. I think they're really, really smart looking little battery. And yeah, that's not the picture I wanted. That's the picture I wanted. The new Vision Spinner 2 styles, they are 1600 mAh. I mean, can you imagine? When I started vaping, your average battery, oh, big fan here, so quick. Your average battery was 900 mAh. This is getting close to double that and in a very, very similar form factor. These are a little thicker than your 14 millimeter typical Ego. These come in at around 16 and a smidgen, I think.
Right.
But they've redesigned the button. I think they're really, really cute. And I like the way they've done the spinner at the bottom. You can see those 4 channels in it. Now, I didn't want to say it until I've got one in hand and know for sure, but I'm thinking, like, if you really, really had trouble adjusting, like I remember some of the first Ego twists were so stiff to turn, I'm thinking you could adjust this with a coin at the bottom.
Right.
Now,
Right.
we'll have to wait and see, but I'm pretty sure that would work. If nothing else, it'll definitely give you a better grip. And the markings are nice and clear. You can see that very, very clear line there, and you've got the clear markings on the body for where you're going. So, yeah, 5 colors available and a really good price for a variable voltage stick battery that 1600 mAh. Don't worry about it. You'll make it through the day.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm liking the texture. It looks like it's almost leather,
Um,
right?
Not so much a leather. It's a beautiful sort of enamel. Do I want to use that word? I'm not exactly sure what they're using, but they are a pretty finish for sure. The green. I'm not usually a real fan of green, but the green just totally caught my eye in these.
Awesome. Now, something that goes with that, which I'm going to talk about right now, is called the Smoke Tech T-Ducts. Now, here's a link. Now, the Smoke Tech T-Ducts is one of the best, if not the best, clearomizer you can buy, period. People are like, what? I'm telling you right now, if you are into Ego-style vapes with the clearomizer, this is by far the best vape experience you're going to have. The head design on this is like no other I've ever seen. You could the coil's exposed. You can look right down it. It's almost like they took the experience of an atomizer and put it into a claramizer design. It's really a glassamizer. It's made of glass and stainless steel. Now it looks like an EVOD or what have you, but it's so different. I have had one head in mine, okay, one, and it's lasted me months. Now, if you look at the head, if you go to the page and you look at the head system, it's completely different than anything you've ever seen. And it wicks like no other. It's fully, yeah. This is the one with the ceramic cup on the bottom with a little coil going through it. So it's like like an atomizer, and it behaves like a champ, man. I had this thing on my DNA 20, the XPV, which TowerMate broke, and it's just a great vape. Man. It is just a great vape. Capacity on these are, I think, 2.5 mils maybe, or a little less, 1.8 mils, but they rock.
Now, oh, sorry, Joe, didn't mean to interrupt.
No, go.
I was just going to ask, somebody's asking to see what the head looks like, the coil head. Do you have a photo of that? I don't want to move the page if you don't.
If you go to the page, it's right there. The complete, you see the claramizer, you'll see it taken apart, and then on the bottom, just the heads.
There we go. Okay. So there's how it comes apart, and there you go. That's what the head looks like.
Now, they don't show you the inside, but you can actually turn that head to your face, and it's completely exposed, and in there is a ceramic cup with a coil going across it, and it works great. Wonderful. So for $6.99, completely worth it. The heads last a long time. Somebody's asking if it's rebuildable. I have no idea. And yes, VaporTech does ship to Canada.
Yes.
Big number. But this is over at Mad Vapes. They ship to Canada. One of the only people I know that has this particular claramizer, and you will not be disappointed if you pick it up.
Cool. They're just getting better and better at it. I remember when I started, your de facto standard was a CE4, and yeah, okay. Claramizers have come a long way. I mean, I remember how thrilled I was with the EVODs when they came out, and it was like, oh my gosh, they've just redefined claramizers for me, and they've just been getting better and better.
Andy Social puts in a T2. T2s, I still like my T2s. My Kangaroo T2s. I still love those.
I confess, I never got to try one of those.
Best top coil claramizer going. Which is obsolete completely. There's absolutely no reason to have anything top coil anymore. But
well, hey, if it works and you're enjoying it, don't change it up. By all means, try new things, but stick with what you like. No harm.
Go with what you know. All right,
well,
so what else you got, Tyga?
Well, Big Bam was kind of poking me earlier about what else came out this week in black, and they brought out the PVD. Again, I'm like wearing the term out. PVD, the particle vapor deposition finish, on the Chiyu and King styles. These are smart, and once again, and when I've even mentioned it in the link you'll see there, that those black K-funds of black foggers, ooh, would that look smart on these puppies and operate beautifully. So, and under $20, that's a pretty nice looking mod. And of course, you get all the tubes, so you can use any 18 series battery you want, a smaller, manageable one to take with you. Build it in 350, add a tube, take it elsewhere in 18 650. So, Raptor, the PVD, in my opinion, is great. Now, the only one I have right now is the Enzonic clone in the PVD finish, the black. I really like it. It's got a wonderful feel to it. There's sort of a grippiness to it without it being like sticky. It's not rubbery in any respect. It's very durable, gorgeous looking finish. I'm a real fan.
Right, and it's not painted. People confuse it. It's kind of like you ever seen a gun with a black bore on it? That's what it's like. It's almost like a texture, kind of rough, but not rough enough where you can it's very hard to explain. But again, particle vapor deposition is the name of it.
Yeah.
Really, really nice.
And I'm not knowledgeable enough about the processes yet. You got me curious. I'm going to have to look into it and find out exactly how they do it. But yeah, it's not merely paint.
Right, it's not powder coat. Somebody put powder coat. No, think of it as anodization for stainless steel. That's pretty much the way I look at it. Because powder coating is more like painted and baked on like an enamel, whereas this is not an enamel. It doesn't chip off. It's more like a
Well, isn't anodizing, I think, is still a little different. That involves putting current through the aluminum, as I understand it. Now, again, there's a lot more to that, and I'm no expert.
No,
But
no,
the
no.
particle vapor deposition, they are actually depositing something on, but it's not as
Maybe somebody said
cheap
electroplate.
or delicate as like a painted finish. So.
Right, but what I meant was it wasn't that. It's the same process. What I mean is it's the way to apply color to a stainless steel finish, to a way to apply color to an aluminum finish. Like instead of painting it or baking enamel on it, they use this new process to give it a finish that's far more durable than paint or enamel. I mean, it will come off if you bang it. I mean, you can scratch it off or whatever, but it's very durable from what I understand.
Like the Provari hybrid feel, they're asking. I have, let me see here. This one feels a little smoother to me. This one's even grippier yet. And this is not Provari, but this is Joe, help me. What is Zen's? Is this the Zen 2?
Hold on, let me get to you real fast. I was looking for a deal. Let me get to you. Oh, I can't look at you and hang out. Give me 1 second. That is that's the Z2 Cardo Hybrid.
Z2 Cardo Hybrid, and that one might even be a little grippier yet. There's a grippiness to this. This has that, but not. It's a little smoother, a little slippier.
Yeah, he uses a nano. He has a different
nano.
It's a Zen code.
Yeah.
A nano technology that's even above that.
His Zen code is a trademark thing. So yeah, I'm not. Oh, and someone's saying when I look into PVD, also check out DLC diamond light coating. Oh, okay, very interesting. So many things you guys teach me a lot.
Yeah, okay, Zen's coating supposedly is supposed to be harder than diamond.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's supposed to be insanely tough.
Elf says Zen cheats. He uses magic.
He does. Look at his beard. He's fucking Gandalf.
I like that.
Zen is a master at making very, very cool stuff.
Grant you that. All right. Well, I got one more lined up for you, and it's something a little different, but I thought this one was so... You got to be kidding me. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. I thought I had them all ordered. Apparently, my imaging software disagrees with what constitutes in order. Lotus-styled mechanical. And this one's so cute. It comes, of course, with your 510 cap. Let me show you here. Okay, so that is a 510 cap, okay? But they ship this with the parts needed to turn a K-Fun 3.1 style into a hybrid with this. And does it ever look sharp? And you know what? I didn't queue up. If you click, you'll see it. But let me see if I can queue up the photo of that as well, because it sure looks adorable. It makes for such a handsome little thing. Now this one comes with tubes for 18500 and 18350 battery sizes, so it's a little more diminutive in the size. You haven't got the 18650 tube, but it's such an appealing little form. And yeah, I got to show you the one with the K-Fun on it. I should have queued that up too.
Big Bam has it right in the
Oh, Big Bam. Yeah. Always on top of it. Let's see if I can show you right on screen too, just so it's available to people who don't want to click. But yeah, that's going to give you a bigger view of it. There we go. There. But I mean, come on now. Tell me that's not cute as all get out. Yeah, Elf, exactly. That's the bam part. Bam!
Yeah, it looks really, really nice. I think that's a cool looking mod.
Hmm. Well, I like that they're including that piece for you. So if you happen to have a 3.1 style or inclined to get one, you're off to the races. You got a hybrid right there.
Awesome.
That is the 350 tube Elf. And you also, of course, have the 18500 option, which would make it just a smidgen longer, but still a nice, compact, smart looking setup.
Now, speaking of all these mods, we need batteries for these mods, don't we? And
That's
well,
pretty important, Joe.
Mount Baker Vapor, who does ship to Canada, has an excellent sale going on with the Sony VTC5s. Everybody loves the VTC5s. Badass, great batteries, far better than the VTC4s, and you can get those at Mount Baker Vapor for two for $19.79 with coupon code VaporJoe, and you can even get the battery case. Now, you can still, I think they're out of stock at Fast Tech on these, but since, it's out of the United States, it's going to be a little bit quicker, and I just love these batteries. And it's a good price. It's under $10 a piece for probably one of the best 18650s going. And you're going to get two with the case for under $20. And while you're there, you can pick up some juice, or he's got Russian 91s there, version 2s. So if you guys are interested, and these are my battery of choice now, even over the EFES 35 amps. These are 30 amp, 2600 mAh from a really, really good company. So check them out.
Elf, sections, that's an interesting idea. In the meantime, you're aware you can use the search box in the left column on both of the VaporJoe's blogs to find, specific items that you're interested in. So we do use keywords on our blog entries. So if you search for batteries or 18650 or 18350, if you want to be more specific, you're going to find a host of deals that apply to your needs.
Awesome. Also, if you are into something awesome from VaporTech, right now, if you can get in on this, is there a discount code for Mad Vapes? No, not at the moment. I wish there was. Sorry, Granny Vapor. Right now, VaporTech USA is running a deal on the 722 mod, the 26650. Hold on, let me get mine. I love this mod. Give me 1 second. Tiger, you can sing while I go get them on.
No, we want to keep the people here. Actually, what I will do while you're busy is I'll ask Elf, also a little bit unsure about batteries, a tough one because you don't know a lot about them. Well, what is it you need to know, Elf? If we can help you, we will. And if not, I'm going to send you to the resources that can. First of all, what devices are you looking for? Because that's really what it boils down to. What are you putting on the device and what device are you using? And then we can make a recommendation for the batteries you're looking for. Oh, a fan of the 722 John Q. Public. Yeah, I am hearing nothing but good stuff about that mod.
Yep. I'll be honest with you, while Elf is talking about the batteries before he puts it in, oh, there he goes, hold on. For your 722, you can use a plethora of different batteries. You can use the MNKE 26650s, you can use EFES 26650s. Just look, any 26650 that's an IMR you can use, no problem. Same for the HANA mods. I suggest, if you're not using a mechanical, which those are, your safest route is just get a quality IMR battery, and you should just be fine.
If you're in Canada, now it depends. Some mods can handle them and some not. But Molly Cell does a 26-700, so it's a little bit longer. It's not going to fit everywhere the 26-650 does. But some mods are designed to handle that, some not. They're also an excellent cell available at JR Custom Tuning. Made in Canada. Yay!
So back to the massive 722 mod. This is it here. I have it here with a Tatro tank on it. I would say this is by far one of the best mods I have ever held in my hand in terms of build quality. It is a beast. It's rough. It's rugged. It's, it's just wonderful, and it hits hard. Big Bam Moon has one. I have one. Another person said they're a big fan of it. It has what's known as an active screen, and people are like, what is an active screen? Well, this is the only screen I know of that when you're looking at it, I don't know if my camera's going to pick that up, but the numbers keep flickering when you're not even touching the button. It's letting you know, I don't know.
Yeah, it's actually showing really good right now.
Okay, well, you can, the voltage on the bottom just keeps flickering and lets you know to the very moment what your battery level is, and it's just great. I love this mod. Now this runs off the SX220 chip. This is a variable wattage device that's good up to 22 watts. That's why it's called the 722. Now, the retail prices on this is really $150. Now, when VaporTech did the first round, everybody screamed and yelled at him, said he was lying, he was faking, this is bullshit, he's scamming people. Well, his first round came in for $79.99. Everybody got their mod, or in the process of it's in like mid-transit. It's a great mod, and I think everybody here should really, if you were looking for a big, awesome, honkin', chunkin' mod, you're gonna want this. It's gonna last forever. Could this be upgraded? What do you mean? With the chip, I don't know if the SX220 is allowed to be upgraded to 30 watts or not. Somebody told me there is a Easter egg in this. Now, for those of you who aren't techno junkies, an Easter egg is a hidden piece of code within the software that will make it do something weird. From what I understand, if you plug a 0.7 ohm device on this, and it has to be exactly 0.7 ohms, take it to 22 watts and fire it, it will go to 30 watts and stay there. That will only last until you pull the battery out, and once you pull the battery out, you got to do the Easter egg again. And no, I haven't tried it, but that's what somebody told me, a vendor at VapeFest.
Now that's just a 510 thread, right, Joe? There's no ego threading on that.
No, it's just a 510.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, a beast. If you guys know what the e-cig was, which is the other 26-650 variable wattage, this is far superior to the e-cig. Far superior. Wonderful device. And dare I say, better constructed than a Pro Vari.
Wow, that's saying a lot, because we all know you pretty much have to leave a Pro Vari in your will.
Right. That's a good one.
Thank you. I got more where that came from.
Hey, Past Stubbs, is that the Contra cheat code in Nintendo? Super Contra or Contra? Up, down, down, left, right, A, B. Yep, there you go. I still remember.
Now, what's the lowest it'll fire, Joe?
At 22 watts?
For resistance. They're looking for how low can you go?
Yeah, I think these can go as low as 0.6, 0.5. Yeah, about 0.5.
So a nice moderate to semi-extreme sub-ohm build.
Right, but like I said, I mean, Are you going to put a dripper on this? Probably not. But again, this is really meant like what I have on it. It's got the nice Tetra tank on it. It's going to last for 2 days. I mean, the thing's a beast. And when you're buying this for battery life and build quality. I mean, same thing as like the ProVary, but it's weird because this is the only other mod I've ever said, well, you want to buy it for build quality. You can run this over with your truck and it's going to work.
Oh, John Q, if you're enjoying a dripper on it, you're not doing it wrong.
No, you're not doing it wrong. It's just it's just most people would put a dripper on a mech. It's just how people are. These snobby people out there. So we have 2 minutes till the close of the show. It went really, really fast.
Indeed.
Does anybody have questions? Anybody have a question out there?
Elf, you said it. Any device and any setup that lets you avoid smokes and keeps you satisfied is the best damn device ever.
And just on a side note, VapeStrong has been #1 on Vape TV all night.
Wow. Way to go, VapeStrong. Thanks to our watchers. Thank you very much.
And don't forget, if you're here, there's 122 in the room. Go down to the bottom next to the logo that says VapeStrong. It says viewers. Right under is a button. It says follow. Click it. Every time somebody goes live on VapeStrong, you will get an email that says somebody went live on VapeStrong. And it's just a good way to stay in touch with your favorite Canadian hosts. Done Deal, Corey, we've got Kriegs and Smoke Eater and Tiger and all the other great hosts that are around here. When they go live, you'll get an email and you get to watch.
And of course, our American import from Joyzy.
I don't know what you're talking about. When I'm on VapeStrong, I'm Canadian. Hey?
You're our honorary Canadian. Just say watermelon for me.
Watermelon.
Ruin it for me.
Watermelon.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so if anybody has any questions regards to batteries, things are... I have something I could tell everybody. VaporTech will be coming out with a copper vanilla clone very shortly.
Ooh, that'll be beautiful. Those vanillas are gorgeous. ET Vapor, USA people can't win on here, right? No, that is not strictly true. It totally depends. Now, we typically don't have giveaways on Done Deal. You never know. We might surprise you one night, so don't take that for granted. But the other shows, if there are giveaways, it totally depends on the vendor providing the giveaway. We honor whatever their usual shipping methods are. Some vendors only ship within Canada. Some are happy to ship within North America. So you never know.
You never know.
We're just full of surprises. Alrighty. Well, if there's no other immediate questions, a Rose Gold K-Fund. Yes, I have heard the same, but I don't have a link for you, Evil Strawberry.
Evil Strawberry, love that name.
I know, right? Have you got any leads on the Rose Gold?
Nope.
Not so far. Okay, the gold has come available, but we're still waiting to hear on that one. Stay tuned. As soon as we find out, we'll be telling you.
We definitely will. Well, thanks everybody for coming over to see Done Deal.
Elf has a link for it. Sorry to interrupt you, Joe, but yeah, absolutely, Elf. If you got a link for it, share it. Throw it in there. Let's do it. Alrighty. All right. Now, sorry, Joe. You may continue.
No, I just said let's do this, Brutus.
All right. Alrighty, well, I guess that's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Don't forget, go over to Big Bam Boom, Put It in a Room, the Facebook's Done Deal group. Get over there, join us. We do the replays and our deals for both of our websites going there and other vendor deals. Also, head over to Vaping Underground and join the email list. Let's let you know on the updates on the website and when it's going to go live. Also, head over to VaporJoes.ca for TygerTyger's amazing VaporJoes Canada deal site, and of course, VaporJoes.com.
And at VaporJoe CA, while you're there, make sure you scroll down the left just a little ways, sign up for the email list, because what I'm going to do a little later on tonight is send you out a list of all the links that we talked about tonight. So you have a recap. You can revisit those at your leisure. No need to try to capture them all during the show. And that's that.
And that's that. Thanks,
All right.
everybody. We will
Have a good night.